The American Civil War, a defining moment in the history of the United States. From 1861 to 1865, the nation was torn apart by conflict, leaving an indelible mark on its people, politics, and landscape. Today, we'll explore the causes, key events, and lasting consequences of this pivotal war. To understand the American Civil War, we must first delve into its causes. The seeds of conflict were sown long before the first shots were fired at Fort Sumter. One of the primary causes was slavery. The Southern economy relied heavily on slavery for its agricultural success, particularly in the production of cotton. In contrast, the northern states were becoming more industrialized and less dependent on slave labor. This economic divide created deep social and political differences. The North and the South held opposing views on states' rights and federal authority. Southern states believed they had the right to govern themselves and make their own laws, including the right to maintain the institution of slavery. Tensions escalated with the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860. Lincoln, a member of the anti-slavery Republican Party, was seen by the South as a threat to their way of life. His election was the tipping point that led Southern states to secede from the Union. By February 1861, 7 Southern states had seceded, forming the Confederate States of America. This act of secession was seen as a rebellion by the Northern states, setting the stage for conflict. The Civil War officially began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter in South Carolina. This marked the beginning of a series of brutal battles that would last for 4 years. Let's take a look at some of the major battles and campaigns that defined the war. One of the earliest significant battles was the First Battle of Bull Run in July 1861. The Confederates won this battle, shattering the North's hopes for a quick victory. In September 1862, the Battle of Antietam became the bloodiest single-day battle in American history. Although tactically inconclusive, it gave President Lincoln the opportunity to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared all slaves in Confederate-held territory to be free. The Battle of Gettysburg in July 1863 was a turning point in the war. Union forces, led by General George Meade, defeated General Robert E. Lee's Confederate Army. This Union victory ended Lee's invasion of the North and is often considered the high-water mark of the Confederacy. In November 1863, President Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, a speech that emphasized the principles of human equality and the importance of preserving the Union. Another significant campaign was General William Tecumseh Sherman's March to the Sea. In late 1864, Sherman's forces marched from Atlanta to Savannah, employing a scorched earth policy to destroy the South's economic and psychological capacity to fight. Finally, in April 1865, General Robert E. Lee surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, effectively ending the war. The Union was preserved. But the country faced the daunting task of rebuilding. The Civil War was shaped by numerous significant figures, each playing crucial roles in the conflict. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is perhaps the most well-known figure. His leadership during the war and his dedication to preserving the Union and ending slavery are legendary. General Ulysses S. Grant, who would later become the 18th president, was the Union's most successful military leader. His aggressive tactics and strategic acumen were key to the Union's victory. On the Confederate side, General Robert E. Lee was revered for his tactical brilliance. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, Lee managed to win several significant battles, becoming a symbol of Southern resistance. Jefferson Davis served as the President of the Confederate States of America. His leadership and vision for the Confederacy were crucial, although ultimately unsuccessful, in their fight for independence. Frederick Douglass, a former enslaved person turned prominent abolitionist, was a powerful voice for emancipation and equal rights. His advocacy and writings helped shape public opinion in the North. The Civil War had profound and lasting impacts on American society. One of the most significant outcomes was the Emancipation Proclamation, which paved the way for the abolition of slavery. The 13th Amendment, ratified in December 1865, formally abolished slavery throughout the United States. The war also saw the participation of African American soldiers who fought bravely for the Union. Their contributions were vital in securing victory and advancing the cause of freedom and equality. Women played crucial roles as well, serving as nurses, spies, and even disguised soldiers. The war challenged traditional gender roles and opened up new opportunities for women. The South, in particular, was devastated by the war. Cities and farmlands were destroyed, and the Southern economy was left in ruins. The region faced a long and difficult period of reconstruction and recovery. The Civil War was marked by significant technological and tactical innovations. Ironclad ships, such as the USS Monitor and the CSS Virginia, revolutionized naval warfare with their armored hulls and powerful guns. Railroads played a crucial role in the war, allowing for the rapid movement of troops and supplies. Both sides used this technology to their advantage, transforming the logistics of warfare. The telegraph allowed for faster communication across long distances, giving military leaders the ability to coordinate strategies and relay orders more efficiently than ever before. Trench warfare and the use of rifled muskets and artillery increased the lethality of battles, leading to higher casualties in a grueling, protracted conflict. With the end of the Civil War, the United States faced the enormous challenge of Reconstruction. Despite these advancements, Reconstruction was fraught with difficulties. Resistance from southern states, economic challenges, and the rise of groups like the Ku Klux Klan hindered progress towards true equality. The long-term effects of the Civil War were profound. It laid the groundwork for the civil rights,